Guys, I'm going to share my screen. That way you can see the activity I'm going to share out to you. I'm going to assign it in math. Okay. So I'm going to assign this activity here. And those of you in one of my math groups have used a version, excuse me, a version of this division graphic organizer. But as you can see, in all caps here, I put the grave message, do not submit it. Because I want you to just hit draft, because I don't want to have to send this back to you. And don't be alarmed by it saying there are 20 pages, because it's really just mostly graphic organizer and a few problems that we'll work through. Log in with my iPad. I'm actually going to share my screen from my iPad now. So if you want to follow along, you can pin my iPad screen. And I'm going to go to Seesaw. And you might want to open up the same activity in Seesaw. So if you go to Seesaw Math, what's the inbox? Oh. Landon, when you says you wrote something. Landon, everything is still doable, just so you know. All right, so go to Seesaw Math. And in Seesaw Math, you're going to see this right here. It says Division Graphic Organizer.
I'm on it.
Just open that bad boy up. And we'll give a couple more minutes for people to show up for the math lesson. Well, at least Preston is coming to that. I'm gonna go blow my nose. We'll give him a minute. All right. Is everyone on that activity, the Division Graphic Organizer?
Yeah.
What you can do is use the pen tool or stylus, if you have a stylus, something to help you write in it, and just kind of follow along. And today we're going to really focus on the division of three-digit numbers by the numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hey, Autumn. And there's also this activity here. It is this division where it says divide. And this is the stuff that we will be working on in small groups, looking at it.
I have an ice pack on my eye.
Okay. It's not good to have eye pain. Did it start this morning? Or was it like yesterday night?
All night.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not good. So hey, Braden, Autumn, Braden, Preston, you guys just joined us. We're first looking at the activities. I just assigned because I didn't want people to kind of work ahead. But if you look at it, it's the division graphic organizer. And in our, I think it was Braden and Preston, your group, we looked at this division graphic organizer.
Yeah, it was.
Small group activity. But I'm going to use it for the rest of us today. And like I said, we are nearing the end of this module. We're finishing up division here. The rest of this week we're gonna do dividing 3 numbers today, and then tomorrow we're gonna do 4 numbers, and then my hope is Wednesday we'll start looking at some word problems, and then maybe a division quiz on Friday, and then next week we'll do some multiplication, then we'll be done. Or maybe I'll just X-nay division quiz and we'll move on to multiplication and do a multiplication division quiz just to make sure that everybody's got it. So anyway, if you guys want to pull up and open up your division graphic organizer and follow along, first and foremost, remember guys, any work you do on it, do not submit. Do not hit that green check mark, okay? Just hit the draft button. That way you can go back and access it later.
Okay, so until there'll be 2 assignments left, or like for another day, or how long will this be assignment? How much until we?
Well, that's a good question. And I will go ahead and say, all right, if you look at this, let me open it up and I'm going to go sample student for myself here. First things first, can you guys all see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Preston asked, will we have a couple of assignments? And if you look at this, it says 20 pages, but the first 2 are blank, or the first few. And then it starts getting into some numbers on them, and then it slowly takes away the colors until finally there's just no boxes. The point of this as a graphic organizer is to help you figure out how to organize a division problem. And you're working within the confines of these colored boxes first until ultimately they're taken away. Ideally, in a perfect world, you don't need a graphic organizer to help you do division.
I just found out that this is a 1 number divided by a 2 number on this first question. Whatever it's dividing, I already figured out that you're dividing a 1 number by 2 number, and whatever the answer is going to be a 2 number.
Yep, pretty much. Now, to answer your question, Preston, about turning this in or whatnot, I will give this to you today. And if you want to work on it all and be done with it, I will allow those of you that want to do that to do so.
So we're just supposed to work on all of them with numbers?
Yes, they're all the ones with numbers.
When does it have to be done by?
It has to all be done by Friday.
Okay, should be simple enough.
Yeah.
I'll do that at the last assignment of the day.
Okay.
But when the 11:10 meets come, I'll be like, I'm done.
What's up?
I'll be able to do it
Why not, bud?
because I'm not even close to done with my assignments yet.
Okay. You have it till Friday, bud.
Yeah, no rush.
No rush. All right. So
What are we going to be doing today?
we're gonna look at this. I'm gonna give some refreshers on division. And then when we meet in small groups, that's when we'll really talk about the other assignment there. First and foremost, who remembers our acronym DMSD? And what does it stand for?
Division, multiplication, subtraction, and drop.
Correct. So divide, multiply, subtract, drop. And what we're going to do is we are just going to start off with something that a number we should all be pretty well versed in dividing. Let's look at 48 divided by 2. And this is I just want you to watch me. Nobody needs to chime in because I know there's plenty of you that probably know how to do this. But for those of you that don't know how to do it, or your fellow students that might not know, I want to just give them a quick walkthrough. So just watch me.
Question.
All right.
Do the people who already know how to do this have to stay?
Yes. I want you to rest your eye. Just listen to me talk. Maybe you'll soak it in as you're putting your ice pack on your eye. All right. So the number I have out here is a 2. It's in this blue square right here. Underneath the brackets here, my dividend, I have the number 48. The number I am first worried about is the number in the orange square. Brownish orange, I don't know what you want to call that. We are starting with the first D, which is divide. We are dividing 4 by 2, or we're thinking about how many ways does 2 go into 4. And I think of my multiplication facts. I think, okay, 2 goes into 4 2 times. That goes up there above it in the same colored square. Because we were just worried about that column. Then I move down to my M, which is multiply. And then I multiply that. I gotta say 2 times 2 is 4. Then you'll see the S, subtract. I'm subtracting the orange numbers. 4 minus 4 is 0. Then the last letter is the D for drop. We're dropping the next number. In this case, it's going to be the number in the yellow square, and that's going to go back down to that yellow square there. Okay, then you just start the process. Actually, turn that off all over again. All right. Forgot to draw it there. Once you finish that drop, you start at the top. You're still taking this number here in the blue, and you are dividing it into the 8. Or you're dividing 8 by 2. How many times does 2 go into 8? I think of my math facts, my multiplication facts. I do on scoop pad every day. I say, okay, 2 goes in 8 4 times. 4 times 2 is 8. Yeah, Preston?
I already figured out what the answer was before you wrote it down.
Okay. Then I multiply 2 times 4. I do not do 2 times 24. Nope. I do not do that. I don't do 2 times 2 again. I am only worried about the yellow box, the 4 in the yellow box. A lot of confusion I see is when it comes to these numbers up here. We just worry about the yellow box because we're now dealing with the yellow box numbers here at the bottom. So 2 times, then you start the process over. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 goes here. Subtract 8 minus 8 is 0. We have no remainder. Therefore, our what's the word for the answer to a division problem?
Product?
Nope, that's multiplication. Starts with a Q.
Me, I'm just trying to figure out what adding and subtracting is so I can have a quote and
Quotient. Okay. So what I would like you to do now, and you know what? And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, how would I know this number would not have a remainder just looking at it?
Because they're both an even number.
Well, not just that they're an even number, but yeah, it's divided by 2. If I have an even number divided by 2, I'm never going to have a remainder. So what I want to do now is I want you guys on the second page, I want you to do, yes, Hera.
Were we supposed to do the first page?
No, you didn't have to. I want you on the second page.
Okay.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give you this one. You're going to screenshot it and upload it to this activity. But you're not going to submit this. Got
Okay.
it?
Yeah.
All right,
so
so let's do 56 divided by 4.
so we submit that.
Yep, do it and then screenshot it. Do not submit this, just screenshot it, then upload the screenshot to the activity, okay?
I'm not so sure I can do this all inside my head.
Well, then don't do it inside here. Do it on here. That's what the graphic organizer is for. Fill out the squares.
But I'm getting confused. How am I supposed to write it on that square if that's your screen? I can't
You should
really.
you should have it pulled up on
Oh.
Seesaw. Yeah, go to the Seesaw activity and open it up.
How long do we have to do this again?
You should be done by now.
No, like how long do we have to do this whole assignment?
Oh, till Friday. Like I said, don't be stunned by it having 20 pages. It's not 20 questions.
So we're only in a couple boxes?
You're only on page 2 right now, doing 56 divided by 4. When you're done, just throw a thumbs up in the chat or say, I'm done. It's not letting me go on it. It's not. What's it saying when you try and get on it, Landon? And if some brave soul wants to walk me through it, I would allow that too.
I'm not even done with mine since pretty much I have to type it in. It's easier for me since probably it's gonna get sloppy, so it's probably gonna take me some time. But the question itself is gonna be pretty simple.
Okay. Spinning loading circle. Maybe log out Seesaw and try again, bud. Or close the Seesaw tab.
Your screen is like glitchy.
Seesaw's glitchy too.
I didn't. We're on page 2. I never saw page 1 because I thought you were on black screen. I saw on you were being black screened. It said.
You didn't see my iPad presenting?
Well, now I do, but it was black. It had your icon showing. That's it.
Really?
But I can see page 2. I had what was the question for page 1?
Page 1. You didn't have to worry about page 1, bud. Page 1 was just that one.
Yeah, I just took a screenshot so that way I know.
Okay. That's a good idea. All right. Does anybody want to walk me through?
I want to walk you through. I just finished.
Okay.
Uh,
In what? Hey. No, no, no.
So how many times does 4 go into the 5? That's 1. Put it
Oh,
on the top orange. 1 on the top orange.
very good.
How many times does 4 go into 1? 4 times 1 is 4. Put it right under the 5.
Mm-hmm.
5 minus 4 is 1. So put the 1 on the last orange.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to remember where I was. So that make the 6 go right next to the 1 on
Okay.
not on top that one. How many times does 4 go into 16? That's 4. So put it on the top.
Okay.
That's 14.
Mm-hmm.
What's 4 times 4? That's 16. Put that right under the 16. And then 16 minus 16 is 0. Put that in the last square.
Boom.
And then 14 with no remainder.
Marvelous. How many of you got 14 as
I
your
just
quotient?
finished it.
If you
Me.
did, everybody press the raise your hand button if you got 14 as your remainder. You can do multiple ones at once. All right. Awesome. Stupendous. All right. So, as I have said, guys, this graphic organizer, it only goes up to 3 digits. It's going to be due by Friday.
Okay.
Okay. So, one strategy I would suggest is maybe just doing a couple a day. That way you don't have to rush and get them all done. Real quick, we can take a look at a 3-digit one. Let's do something like 396 divided by 3. The only thing that changes when you have 3 digits as opposed to 2 is simply just you're keeping the process going on a little longer. So we start off like normal with these orange or burnt sienna. I don't know what color you want to call these boxes.
How many times does 3 go into 3? That would be once.
Yep. And then you multiply the number you're putting in the
1,
orange box.
3. Put it right under the 3.
Yeah. Oh, Harrow, you have a question, dear?
And we're supposed to do this on our page, the
Yeah.
2 and the 3. Okay.
Yep. Then you do
Now
0. Then you drop the next one in the yellow. Now we're moving on to the yellow boxes. What's up, bud?
Are you trying to make all of them assignment to do? Like one of them, all 20 of them to do? So
No. Just
some of the blank ones, it seems that you're making them an assignment.
no. This is the last blank one that I just want you to follow along, so you have a guide while you're at home.
Okay. But you're probably going to have to finish it, and I'm going to have to copy since it's going to be hard to.
Okay, good.
I'm probably just gonna take a photo of it.
Yep,
To
good.
make it,
That's a good
You
idea.
just gotta answer the other 3 ones that you already wrote down.
Yes, there are some that have some in it, and then hey, let me finish this one, then we'll go on further about that. Okay.
how many 3s go into 9? That's 3. So put that 3 on the top, yellow. 3 times 3 is 9. Put it on the bottom, a 0 and a 9.
Okay.
9 minus 9 is 0, so put that there. Make the 6 go down to the green right next to the 0. How many times does 3 go into 6? So that's 2. Put it on the top green. 3 times 2 is 6. Put it right under the 6. And then 6 minus 6 is 0. And put it there. And that's it.
Our quotient here will be 132. Okay, so to answer your questions, guys, if you come across blank ones, so if I go like to page 7 here, it's not blank. or I'm sorry, it's blank, but it's not colored, you're not putting any in there. The idea here is that, and we might visit these blank ones tomorrow just for a quick, can you do it type thing. But it's just to take away the color coding so that you can work without, having to go, oh, where's the green box go? Because like I said, you're not going to have colored boxes to help you in division as you go further in your division life. And then at the bottom, excuse me, the last, I want to say 6, maybe 7 are, well,
Boxes.
13 through 15 have boxes, and then they just slowly take away your boxes from you. Okay. So really, Braden, to answer your question, you're not worrying about answering the blank ones. You're not writing your own. You're just going to go to the ones that already are done or have numbers in them and
But
do
as a
those.
draft.
Yeah, and then as a draft. Okay. Are there any questions? Autumn, I see your hand is up there. I just noticed that. Do you have a question,
No.
dear?
Can I go?
You may go. Autumn did not have a question. If you don't have any questions, you are free to go. Just show up to your small group because we're going to work on some more division there. Deuces. Excuse me. No, Adrian, you do not make up numbers to divide, bud. You're just doing the numbers that are already in there, okay? Just ignore the blank ones. Boom. Bye-bye. Stop broadcasting that.
You know that one day that I started to draw for you and Hora?
Savannah, did you ever figure out why that video did not work?
Oh, it started working after I did that.
Oh,
It's like, you show that to the teacher. I'm going to start working now.
that's weird. How bizarre. Do 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 do.
Mm.
All right.
You know that cat I was drawing for you in Heora?
Mm-hmm.
I ditched the body and started new. And I'm
Did you?
already done with Do you want to see it?
Nope, because group 1 is getting ready to start.
Okay.
But maybe later. Who are we waiting on here? Rosalie, Destiny, Jeremy. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.